This is our next chapter in Ontario. It's a chapter about
equity,
inclusive education, diversity,
and human rights.
It's also a story about movement and change. This story is about Ontario's conscious decision to make education equitable for all. Ontario is Canada's most diverse province. In 2008, the Minister of Education, Kathleen Wynne, called for the creation of an equity and inclusive education strategy for all Ontario school boards. Ontario's 72 public school boards are currently working towards implementing their equity and inclusive education strategy. Minister Wynne stated, "Inclusion is not bringing people into what already exists. It is making a new space, a better space for everyone." In 2010, the Ava-Maitland District School Board Special Education Advisory Committee unanimously voted in support of full inclusion. At Ava-Maitland District School Board, we are promising to create positive, inclusive learning environments. We also promise to maximize student outcomes by valuing our students, our staff, our families, and our communities. Prior to this commitment, some students were not necessarily given the same opportunities. Many students with developmental disabilities were placed in self-contained classrooms without the opportunity to take mainstream classes. Currently in Ava-Maitland, we are decreasing enrollment in self-contained classrooms in both elementary and secondary schools.
At DCVI, we are committed to providing the same opportunities for all of our learners while meeting individual needs.
We have begun to recognize and value individuals with developmental disabilities as our friends, fellow students,
neighbors,
and family. We are consciously trying to accept one another for who we are, but yet we continue to struggle with discrimination. We have been working to include more students with developmental disabilities in mainstream classrooms. Our school formed an inclusion team with a variety of student voices.
Our vision at DCVI is to
treat everyone with respect regardless of their sex, race, gender, or disability. Accept everyone's differences, treat everyone fairly, but not necessarily the same. Be friends with one another, and to establish a positive environment where everyone is welcome. We are making progress, but there is still work to do. We need to lead and not be shy of who we are. We need to inform students about various disabilities by eliminating the fear of the unknown. We need to ensure our building is accessible for everyone, and that bullying is eliminated. We have broken down the barriers of women's rights, sexuality, and racism. We now must break down the barriers for individuals with special needs. We have begun to write the next chapter. Can you continue the journey? Join the conversation.